Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kids Show, and today we have to talk about InZOI because it is seemingly triggered the anti-woke puritans in the gaming space, and so it is definitely a funny topic to cover. But I think it's important to discuss the reality that the quote unquote anti-woke movement has fractured into two different parts. So now it's like if you want to address the anti-woke movement, which everyone, criticism is allotted to anyone and everyone, right? But the reality is, if you want to discuss the quote unquote anti woke movement or address them, you kind of at this point have to address a specific side of it because you have those that are the Puritan religious right weirdos that honestly a lot of the anti woke side have condemned and pretty much ostracized. And they are like the extremist weirdos that say insane shit specifically for attention more than anything else. But then you have the other side of the anti woke movement that has been consistently anti censorship, anti obviously influence of politics in gaming or political ideologies in gaming in general. These are two different sides of the spectrum. They do not agree at all. Matter of fact, there has been an insane amount of infighting, and like I said, the ostracization. Oh my god, dare me to say that word again. Holy shit. But the ostracization of the Puritan weirdos that have kind of masqueraded in our space for a while. And I don't like to consider myself anti woke. I'm just my own person. But at the end of the day, I do kind of fall into that category. And a lot, whether I like it or not, a lot of my critics do see me in that category. So that is why I do consider I just throw myself in there because that's how you can't ignore how you're seen, but I don't necessarily accept it. I just am who I am. I speak out against whatever. I'll speak out against any nonsense. It doesn't really matter what side of the spectrum it is. I've called out both sides of the gaming space because unfortunately, politics and ideology has been forced into gaming, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. But I'm here to laugh at some of these Puritan weirdos, or specifically one because he's fun to laugh at this point. But here we have Packer Girl who keeps up with this weirdo Yorch Torch Games nonsense, and she mimics him by saying "gamers" in the beginning of all the tweets. It is a meme at this point, and this person is essentially a meme at this point. And Packer Girl says being able to create non-binary characters is not LGBTQ plus propaganda or woke. And there's a difference between allotting features in a game to try and just cover all bases and just blatantly pushing ideology in a game. I think that every rational person sees that and can understand that. And Packer Girl is a good person to follow if you want to keep up with the absolute nonsense the Puritan weirdos have been up to, right? But Yorch Torch Games here says, gamers, I interrupt my daily programming to inform you that InZOI, the game we previously thought would be base, promotes LGBTQ propaganda. Oh my god, dude. These guys are such clowns, bro. He was promoting it just to turn around and be upset. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm assuming that you can kiss same-sex individuals. It's like, is that the case? Is that what you're scared of, bro? He said the game's community managers are already banning gamers on Steam for not complying with leftist ideologies. Boycott InZOI. Um, yeah, boycott, huh? Well, I just added it to my library literally like a half hour ago. So if it makes you mad, there must be some validity to the game. I mean, obviously they're gonna go after the easy bearing fruit. But from everything I've seen from InZOI, it doesn't seem like the creators are pushing any form of ideology in the game. They're just making a Sims game. And in modern day, when um, EA has just put The Sims 1 and 2 on Steam and they don't even fucking run because of their sheer ignorance and the fact that they just think it's okay to put broken garbage. The fact that a game like InZOI is in early access. All right, this is an early access video game priced at $40. All right, so obviously, if you don't support early access, I totally understand people not buying the game. But just to inform you, it is indeed early access. The fact an early access game comes out and it has really just a very positive reception overall, and it's been out for about a couple of days now. I just bought it, and it's from a developer that really this is their first game. I don't know the history of the developer. Matter of fact, the fact that I don't know anything about the developer is usually a positive thing these days. Just, hold to your craft. Don't tell me your bullshit in your life story and your politics. Like, I don't want to know about any of that shit. And the game is being published by Crafton, the dudes behind PUBG. That's hilarious. Imagine if InZOI becomes like as insane of its game type as PUBG. What the hell? That would be crazy. But yeah, this is being published by these guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool overall. There is validity to this game from what I'm hearing. I haven't played it, but literally after the stream, I'm going to boot this up and give it a try because I do like Sims games. I grew up playing Sims. It's been a while since I've been into a Sims game because to be honest, Sims 4 is trash. So I don't like playing that at all. It is a massive downgrade from The Sims 3, but there was a time where you know, Sims 2 was my bag. I bought the original Sims on GameCube. I bought Sims 2 on PS2. I bought the Sims 2 Pets Edition on PS2. So there's two different Sims games that I bought back on PS2. And then funny enough, I bought the Sims 3 on Mac. On my MacBook, man. I was addicted to the Sims 3. To me, the Sims 3 was peak Sims. Sims 2 was a close second, very close second, admittedly so, but to continue on, because this clown is like, boycott InZOI. Well, that doesn't work too much. And they write, InZOI is non-binary. And you can select your gender identity. And I mean, that shit is obviously nonsensical in my personal opinion, but this stuff, like, it's not gonna as ridiculous and silly as it is, it's something that I just don't really care about. I really don't care. Um, romantic relationships, you could say interested in romantic relationships, and you could be attracted to a specific type. Okay, so I mean, this is what these games are about. All right, so I just decided to look it up because, like I said, it's been a long time since I have played The Sims. I couldn't even remember if you could have same-sex relationships in the game, but a same-sex relationship is a potential form of relationship in the Sims series. Players have been able to create same-sex relationships since the original game, but the way the game has treated these relationships has changed over time. Currently, there are several pre-made same-sex couples in the Sims series. However, several other Sims are implied to be gay or lesbian in their biographies if they are allowed to act with free will or if story progression is enabled. They may pursue same-sex relationships anonymously. So, we're talking about a type of a game type which has normalized the potential of same-sex relationships for since the original release of The Sims. So what are we doing here? I'm not going to bitch about it because I back in the day played these games and I had no problem with them and I didn't think anything of it. Um I don't really I don't really see an issue, especially when it's been normalized anyway for these types of games. These types of games are very for a very specific audience. A lot of women like to play Sims like games, life simulators. There's dudes that like to play it too. It's it is co-ed for either or, and I like the games. I know dudes and chicks that like the games. A lot of women buy Sims games to decorate, from what I've from what I've encountered, not necessarily to engage in the whole life thing. But if you're big into decorating, these games are kind of that bag. I'm not sure as to InZOI what level of decoration there is, but they said every life becomes a story. Create your unique story by controlling and observing the lives of Zois. Customize characters and build houses using InZOI's easy to use tools to live the life of your dreams and experience the different emotions of life created by its deep and detailed simulation. So we're talking about a detailed life simulator which you can build houses and all sorts of stuff. And from what I've heard, InZOI allows you to do things that The Sims has never, like driving around, actually living in the life of the character sort of deal. So that's really cool. I've seen the customization looks insane. They're already selling me with a cat. So, Insta W right there. So this is really interesting. And you're demanding that these types of games basically promote a thing in which these games have never actually done before. And like I said, this is not ideology, it's just that these games have always been this way from what I've seen. They're saying for promoting LGBTQ propaganda, the game allows players to create non-binary characters that can be attracted to male or female. Then they said, game must be fantastic if JDA's butt buddy is comparing it to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. No! These guys will not get over Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They can't do it, bro. That game fucking broke them. The fact that they still continue to acknowledge Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 shows that that game totally broke them and they have to double down on business. They lost a lot of people on that. And given I have been very critical of Fandom Pulse way before Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's release, but they know they lost an insane amount of people by taking that hard stance, but they have to stand on business now. And they said, this is absolutely disgusting because it was such a bait and switch. They did this intentionally to build hype and pulled the rug right when the game released. Now they're banning anyone who speaks out against it. False advertising and woke. And look, if you don't like that, I completely understand not buying it. But you kind of just sound like a crybaby on here. And they're like, and then Yorch Torch Game says, they pulled a Warhorse Studios. Gamers deserve respect. They said pushing gay propaganda and banning people are the two biggest red flags your game could possibly have. Non-binary. And Yorch Torch says, it's the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 playbook all over again. Don't support InZOI. Refund it if you already bought it. And the biggest thing that I hate about motherfuckers like this is that they tell you what to do. They demand your conformity. This has always bothered me. I always have, for me personally, I've always had my opinions. I've always told you guys my opinions, but I've never told you what you should do with your money, with your time. We've only discussed what the games detail and how we feel about it. And whatever you choose to do is your choice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your time. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Like, I hate that shit. I hate when people, I've always hated, it's been this huge pet peeve. I used to hate when people would tell me that I wasted my money. And it's like, motherfucker, I bought this for me. I bought it for whatever the fuck I want. Like, if it be a statue, if it be a game, if it be whatever the fuck. I bought this shit for me. Who the fuck are you to tell me that I wasted my fucking money that I worked hard for? Who the fuck are you to say whether I wasted it or not? You didn't pay for it. I fucking paid for it. I don't need you to buy me anything, let alone tell me what I wasted my money on or not. That's always been a pet peeve. So I always go out of my way to never tell people that. And there's been people, we have live streams dunking on games that are on some retarded shit. Guess what? People pull up that are like, yeah, I've been playing this game. And I'm like, yo, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm not here to tell you to not enjoy the game. I hope that you find something in a game that maybe I don't have interest in or I was disappointed in. I hope that you like it because at the end of the day, I'm not here to, I don't want you to suffer just because of my personal opinions on a game. I just speak my piece. And I'm glad that you guys allot me that respect. And given sometimes when we do streams and people have different opinions, hey man, we're allowed to have those opinions. We're allowed to disagree. That I always welcome. But we have the conversation. We have the discourse. We don't close out people. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Motherfuckers like Yorch Torch Games, they are just bad fucking actors in this space. And this is why they continue to lose support. This is why essentially they've had an entire community turn against them and why they are seen as, indeed, they are seen as extremists. And there's really nothing else, they've already burnt that bridge. And Packer Girl goes on to post the Steam charts, the Steam DB charts for the game, and this is from yesterday, 21 hours ago. And the game is doing quite well for a game that's in early access. It is it hit an all-time peak of 60,000. All right, and that's crazy in comparison to, like, I mean, it's doing as well as Assassin's Creed Shadows on Steam. And not saying, that is indicative of sales directly, but the fact that this little game is doing as good as Assassin's Creed Shadows on Steam, that says a lot for this little game specifically. And we are checking the Steam DB page for the game right now, and it is hidden in game. Like right now, almost 70,000 people are in game at this particular moment. Let's check the charts. Damn! Hit a peak of 87,000. People are digging the game, it seems like, man. People are digging it. It hit its peak yesterday. It's about to, hey, it might even, dude, it's Saturday, right? As the moment of this recording, it's looking like it could peak even higher. The game is doing rather well. People have to understand this is a very co-ed type game. There's a lot of men and women that will be playing it, and seeing the positive reception overall, I mean, that's awesome. Seems like the user ban was by Steam support, not the forum moderator, which would be the CM. You've been banned from InZOI Community Hub. You've been banned from InZOI Community Hub by a member of Steam support for your post LGBTQ plus representation matters. I'm sure they'll add mental illness eventually, so don't get your lady penis in a twist. Yo. Ban reasons. This post contains content that is inflammatory and likely create arguments, rules, violations, and other non-constructive replies. This type of content is not allowed on the Steam community. Yo, they got clapped, bro. It's like, how did you not expect this to go bad? And Packer Girl also posts InZOI is made by a Korean developer. Also, Split Fiction is still not woke. They're still upset by all these games that are doing well. And they'll lie to try and reframe the situation. It's like at the end of the day, these games are doing well, whether you like them or not. And then George Torch Games says gamers InZOI and Kazan, two games developed by Korean studios, have completely dethroned woke fests like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Split Fiction. Yo, he really thought InZOI was gonna support his side. Oh my god. Yo, this is this motherfucker Your Church Games right now.
Oh, fuck!
This dude took a massive L. And it's crazy that he continues to lie and say Split Fiction is woke shit. When it's like, bro, this is, if anything, Split Fiction was made out of the love of family, you fucking clown. Then he goes on to say, Western studios no longer have the staying culture power they used to enjoy due to their obsession with DEI and feminism. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have to acknowledge that Korean creators, like, they have their own thing. They have their own culture. It's not based on DEI. It's not based on woke shit. They're just different from us, and that's completely fine. And I welcome that in the space. That's really all there is to it. And then Packer Girl says, so every character in InZOI is straight by default and can't make gay or trans kids either. It seems like the Dragon Quest remakes gender option situation. This is lip service. And then it says, it's possible to have a gay couple in the simulation. Every pre-made Zoe is straight by default, and it can't be changed naturally, and cheats aren't added yet. So you can't change other Zoe's preferences. Also, no adaptation feature yet. Basically, the only way to have a gay couple is to make the couple yourself, because it's seemingly impossible for your gay Zoe to meet any other gay Zoe in the entire game. Also, you do make a gay couple. There is seemingly no way to have kids. What you could technically do is just go into create a Zoe and to manually make a child and pretend They had it themselves, but since the cheats aren't added yet, there is seemingly no way to have kids as a gay couple. It's so annoying that they go to some lengths to include LGBTQ plus people in the game, but letting you identify as non-binary and change which genders you're attracted to, or none of them. But they make it impossible to actually live out your life as a gay Zoi. Playing as a non-binary Zoi must also suck because pre-made Zois are only attracted to the opposite gender. That that means even if you want to throw in the towel and go for a straight relationship, non-binary Zois are just locked out of any relationships ever. If you want to make a gay couple, then the game is unplayable until you add adoptions and cheats. May according to roadmap, you will probably also need to wait for the modding kit to come out, so someone will add a mod that randomizes Zoe sexualities. Look out for updates, but for now, the game is unplayable, at least for how I play the game. Yo, yo, look, man. Look, guys. This game makes everyone mad. All the right people mad. All right? All the extreme weirdos on the left and on the right. The ideological look, more than anything else, this game makes the ideological weirdos mad on both sides. It's a W. It's a W. I'm so glad I bought this game. I just downloaded it. I'm literally about to upload this video and then launch the game. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. The game is in early access, so things obviously can change as time goes on. But I'd say the game is pretty reasonable while also being pretty based because the way that the game is designed, it's like you essentially have to if you're into the ideological shit of non-binary, all that stuff, well, you got to go out of your way to make your own fun. And it's a video game, so go have at it if you want to. And I find that very interesting to say the least. To me, I have no problem with everything introduced here. Other than I just think non-binary nonsense is a cop out and kind of clownish. But other than that, hey man, you do you, right? I don't care. I don't care what you do with your game because I'm gonna do what I want with my game. That's it. That's it. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter at Mario Kart if you'd like to continue the conversation. I've been uploading a lot of awesome, unique content on my second channel, Gooner Fist Cage. So definitely go subscribe to me there. A lot of great content there for you. I've been I won't tell you where I've been making my videos, but I've been making my videos over there. All right. So definitely go subscribe to me there. All links are in the description below. And consider becoming a channel member. Gets you instant access to the Discord. Gets you dope ass emotes for the Thursday night 8 p.m. EST live stream, in which it's an extravaganza, man. It was almost a 9-hour stream this past Thursday. I was held hostage the whole time, so that was really fun. But yeah, guys. With all that being said, I'm out. Peace.